Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, lesson 23. Now this is our first lesson on Madd Lazim. So far we've done the Madd Muttasil and we learnt about the Madd Munfasil and we've also done the Madd Asli. So now this is our fourth lesson on Madd, which is called the Madd Lazim. Okay, so what a Madd Lazim is... Okay, so here you have a stretched letter. This is do, yeah? And after that, so when you first have a stretched letter, like this, so this is a do, and straight after it, there's a shaddah letter. Or if not a shaddah letter, there's a sakin, there's a sukoon. So what will happen is, so in this case, you'll stretch it 6 harakahs long. So this is the longest mud that you have in the Quran. So you'll stretch the do 6 harakahs long, which is 5 alifs. So you pick up 5 fingers as you're stretching your mud. So it look like this. Do, yeah, so like that. See how long that was? That's the longest mud in the Quran. So you have to make sure you make it very long. So don't make it short like 3 alifs or 4 alifs. Make it 5 alif long, which is 6 harakahs. So it will sound like this. Let's read it together. So again, just to recap the rule. After you have a stretching letter, which is a maddu asli. So you have a stretching letter, which is a do. And then straight after that, you have a shaddah letter or a sukoon. So then you'll stretch it 6 harakas, which is 5 alifs long. So it'll sound like this. So I'm going to join the dad to the lam, stretching it 5 alifs. Dal. So after the 5th finger you put up, then you say the la sound. So again, dal. And then the lam has a shaddah, obviously. So now the second lam has a double fatha, lan. So then you say them all together. And the way you say the shaddah is, remember, you have to stop on the shaddah letter for about half a second. Or else you won't be pronouncing the shaddah, which will be a mistake. So like this. Dalan. See how I stopped on the l sound? So again, dalan. Okay, like that. Okay, so let's do this one. So here, this is our stretching letter. So it's a ha, yeah? And obviously it has a mud as well. Okay, so that's a ha with an alif. And then it will join, and then see, that's a stretching letter here. And then the next letter immediately after it is a shaddah letter. So again, this is our maddul lazim. So you can stretch it 6 harakas long, 5 alifs. So it'll sound like this. Hajj. Yeah, so that's our first jim I joined it to. The second jim has a fatha, ja. So now listen to exactly how I pronounce the shadda letter, the jim mushaddad. Mushaddadah. See how I pronounce that. Listen carefully. Hajja. See how I paused before I said the ja sound? As if I paused for half a second. So again, listen. Hajja. Yeah, to put more emphasis on it. And then ka. Hajjaka. Okay, next one. So again, this dal has an alif, then a shadda, then the the mud, and then so that's our stretching letter, and straight after is a ba mushaddadah. So again, this will be maddul lazim. So stretch it 6 harakas long. Dabba. Yeah, so I've done it all in one go. Dabba. See, I paused for half a second before I said the ba. Then tin. Dabbatin. Next one, this is a ra, make it full mouth. It's not ra, it's ra. And that's our stretching letter, has an alif and a mad. Then straight after is a dal mushaddadah. So again, maddul lazim stretches 6 harakas long. Raddu. Then ka. Radduka. Next one, this is a kha, our stretching letter, alif with a mad. And make sure you read it full mouth. So it's not kha, it's kha. And then it will join to the sad, mushaddadah with a fatha. So I'm going to read it all together. Khassa. See how I pronounce the mushaddadah letter? I stopped on the sound for about half a second. Again. Khassa. Tan. Khassatan. Okay, that's that line is done. So now pause the video and practice this line at least 3 times. Let me just put a box around it. There. Okay, next line. Now here there's a kaf alif with a mud, and then our mushaddadah letter is right immediately after it. Okay, so that will be a Madd Lazim again, so I'll stretch it 6 harakahs long. And the mushaddadah letter has a fatha. So it'll be kafatan. Kafatan. Okay, so now all these words so far has relatively been easy, not so difficult. Now this will be slightly trickier, but the way to read it is just one letter at a time, as we've been doing, then everything becomes easy. So first letter is a ba with a kasra, so it's B. Then the dad is our stretching letter, has an alif, then a mad, and our ra is immediately after it, which is our mushaddadah letter. So again, making this a Madd Lazim. Darri. So see how I pronounce a shaddah letter. Darri. Now again all together. Bidarri. And then the ha will join to the mim. Him. Bidarrihim. Okay, so that one's done. Next box. This is our ta by itself. Ta. Then the ha has a standing fatha and a mud. So this is our stretching letter. And then straight after it is a dad mushaddadah, because there's a shaddah on top. So then obviously this will be a Madd Lazim. So I'll stretch it 6 harakahs long. Ha, and make sure you pronounce the ha from the middle of the throat. Ha. Okay. So I just joined the ha to the first dad, because now the second dad has a dhamma and will be stretched by a waw sakin. So this is our Madd Asli. So the waw sakin will stretch the second dad. So it'll be du. So now all together again. Tahaddu. Okay, see how much emphasis I put on the dad. And then na. Tahadduna. Okay, now here is a stretching letter. It's a jim alif with a mad, and straight after it is a nun mushaddadah. And you should also remember the other rule, which is the Ghunnah rule, that you will always read the nun mushaddadah and the mim mushaddadah with a Ghunnah. And the Ghunnah, and you should already know what a Ghunnah is. It's making a heavy sound from the nose for the duration of 2 harakah, or you can say for the duration of 1 alif. So again, I'm going to read this whole box in one go, doing Ghunnah at the same time. Jannun. So again, Jannun. Okay, so that was that. So this line wasn't too difficult. Now pause the video and practice this line at least 3 times. And then once you're ready, go into the next line. Okay, now here, this is an alif with a standing fatha and a mad. And our next letter immediately after is a mim mushaddadah. So whenever you have a stretching letter and straight after is a mushaddadah, then, or a shaddah letter you can call it, then you'll, so again this is a Madd Lazim. So I'm going to stretch the a for 5 alifs or 6 harakahs, and then join it to a mim. And you should have known the other rule, which will come into place here, which is our Ghunnah rule, isn't it? That you'll read a mim mushaddadah with a Ghunnah. So first I'm going to break this one down. So I'm going to first join the alif to the mim. Okay, so that's that first step. Now the second step is the second nun has a kasra, but right after it is a ya sakin. So that means the ya sakin will stretch the mim. So the second step is mi. Now I'm going to do this whole thing together while doing Ghunnah on the mim as well. Mi na. And now all together. Amina. Okay, so making sure you stretch this 5 alifs long, and making sure you stretch the mi 1 alif long. Amina. Okay, next one. And again, same thing. The dha is an alif, has an alif and a mad, so this is our stretching letter first. And immediately after it is a nun. This is a nun mushaddadah. So that will mean, obviously, this is a Madd Lazim. So the dha will join to the nun, and obviously you should have realized straight away this is a nun mushaddadah, so you'll do Ghunnah. So I'm going to break it down as well, one step at a time. So the dha will join to the nun first, dhan, and make sure you read the dha full mouth. So it's not the wa or the, it's dhan. Then the second nun has a kasra, but immediately after it is a ya sakin. So the ya sakin will stretch the nun. So it will be ni. It's now all together. I'm going to read this all together while doing Ghunnah on the nun. Dhanni na. All together. Dhannina. Okay, that one's done. And now the next one. This is a dad, alif, with a mud. So this is our stretching letter. And immediately after it, we have a lam, mushaddadah, with a kasra. So first I'm going to join the dad to the lam. So because of the stretching letter, and immediately after it is a shaddah letter, so which makes a Madd Lazim, isn't it? So I'll stretch it for 6 harakahs, which is 5 alifs. So, dal. And then the second lam has a kasra, which will be stretched by ya sakin, li. Now all together, dali. See how I stopped on the l sound to make sure I say the shaddah? So I'm going to do it again. Dali. Okay, so you have to say the l sound. Stop on it. Dal. And then you say lina. All together. Dallina. Like that. So this is from Ghayril Maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Yes, from Surah Fatiha. So that's where that comes from. Okay, now this is an alif with a standing fatha and a mad. And straight after it is this letter. This is a lam in the middle. So this lam is our shaddah letter. So again, this is a Madd Lazim rule, isn't it? So this is our stretching letter, and immediately after it is a shaddah letter. So I'm going to stretch the a and then join it to the lam. I'm going to do it one step at a time. Al. Yeah? So don't say al like that and stretch the l sound. You have to stretch the a sound. So again, al. And then the lam has a standing fatha. La. Allah. Again, and then the ha with the dhamma, hu. Now all together, Allahu. Try to say the law full mouth, and I'll explain the rule to you later, in another place. But all you just try to for now, just try your best to say this la in the middle as full mouth. So like this, Allahu. Okay, so now that line is also done, so we completed lesson 23, which is our last lesson on the muds, which was al-Madd Lazim. So now we'll finish there and make sure you practice all 3 lines perfectly, so you're ready to say your lesson to your teacher as soon as you go into your class. And we'll finish there.